martini is pretty much the most famous cocktail ever. It needs no introduction. However, even though everybody knows it, there are about a million different ways to drink them. People like them shaken, stirred, up on the rocks, olives, twist, dirty, dry. Just like eating a Reese's peanut butter cup, there's no wrong way to drink a martini. But I'm gonna show you the classic way to make a martini. And it might surprise you actually, because classically martinis were made with gin and not vodka. Over time, I think because of the popularity of vodka, somehow vodka just overtook the primary ingredient in most martinis. Now people don't even specify if they want vodka or gin, they just assume it's made with vodka. Originally, it was made with gin. The reason for this is that in the 19th century, when all these classic cocktails were invented, vodka didn't really exist in the United States. It did over in Russia, but it wasn't until about the 1940s that vodka came over and didn't get popular to the 1950s, which is then when people started drinking martinis with vodka. So we're gonna make it the classic way, and for my money, the better way. But again, do whatever you want. People always get angry when I mess with their martini. Do it, it's your martini, you do whatever you need to do. So, 2 ounces of gin. London dry gin. I like stuff that's a little higher proof because I think that when you're stirring stuff with ice, it's always gonna dilute, so the higher the proof, the more flavor you're gonna get. That's another great reason to use gin, is that there's flavor in it. Vodka doesn't taste like anything, but drink it if you want it. And we're gonna do 1 whole ounce of dry vermouth. And I know a lot of people like to make really dry martinis, but that's just vodka chilled. That's not a cocktail, much less a martini. So I think that, you know, vermouth adds more flavor to the drink. And I don't know when this whole idea of the drier martini, the more manly you are, that seems to be some sort of power play that businessmen in the 1950s invented. I don't get it. I think that knowing how to make a good cocktail or order a good cocktail and knowing why displays much more confidence, therefore much more manliness. But what do I know? So that's it. It's just the 2 ingredients. Of course, if you want to make a dirty martini, we'll use a little olive brine. We're not going to do that here. I like my martinis clean. So now, just a little more ice. Like I've said before, I like to have the ice kind of peeking out, kind of like an iceberg in the mixing glass. And you'll notice I'm stirring this martini, with apologies to James Bond. He is the only one I give a pass to, but I honestly see no reason why you would ever shake a martini. It will dilute the drink more, make it a weaker drink, and the texture will be totally degraded. You'll get ice chips in there, you'll get all kinds of ice bubbles. A far inferior drink to a nice stirred martini. All right. A good 20-25 seconds of stirring for proper chilling and dilution. Let's get our chilled cocktail glass that I put in the freezer right before I started this. This is a coupe glass. It's not the martini, the big V that you're used to seeing. I think that those are fine when they're small, although they're impossible to, you've probably spilled them more than you drink them. But also those giant 12-ounce glasses, I mean, can you even finish a 12-ounce martini? And if you can, why are you even bother to spending the time to make it? Why not just, if you need to get that drunk, really just do us all a favor and drink some grain alcohol. So there, a perfectly made gin classic martini. You can do it with olives or a twist for garnish. I like doing them with a twist, but a simple green olive I think is the iconic garnish. And that's how you make a classic martini.